Hello, I'm Krista Gibson. Welcome to Growing Older and Wiser. Today, I would like to talk about a way to, last time I talked about staying youthful looking and how a lot of people spend a lot of time and effort and energy trying to continue looking younger than they really are. And a number of you have gotten to the place I'm at, which is it really doesn't matter. You kind of get to the point where you really don't care what other people think. And you don't care if they think you're young or old or middle-aged or whatever. It just doesn't matter. What I want to talk about today is a little different because what I want to talk about is staying mentally youthful. Not necessarily young, but working with our brains in such a way that they don't atrophy. Just like we need to exercise our bodies and keep moving, we hear that over and over and over, how important it is to move and continue to move. Just as important it is to keep your mind agile, to keep your mind moving. Now, one of the things that I experience, and just about everybody I know experiences, is there will be times where your memory becomes less as you grow older. And you'll find yourself trying to either talk about somewhere you went or somebody you know, and you just can't access the name. You know the person really well. You've known them for years, but will their name come to you at the time you want it? No. Or you're telling somebody how you drove past a certain store, and for the life of you, the word Costco just will not come. That's normal. What I like to tell people is our brains are like a file cabinet. And when we're born, that file cabinet's fairly empty. Well, it is empty. And then we start putting things into it from our parents, from society, from ourselves, from friends. And over the years, we just add to it and add to it and add to it. And there comes a time where that file cabinet is bulging. It has so much in it. And I like to joke, although it's not a joke, that what happens is we have to start throwing some of those files out, or at least some of the pieces of paper, because we keep putting more in the file cabinet, and at some point it has to jettison some stuff out. And that happens. And it's not that you can't still access the information. You can. It's just not right on the tip of your tongue. Or things like, you put your keys down somewhere and for the life of you can't remember where you left your keys. And you get frustrated. Or you go to the kitchen and then say, now, why did I come here? What am I doing? It's an ongoing joke. But here's the deal. There's a difference between not remembering where you left your keys versus not remembering what a key is used for. There's a very big difference. When we're talking about dementia, we're talking about somebody who looks at a key and not only can't remember what vehicle it might go to, they don't even remember what a key is for. That's the difference. That's a really big difference between just forgetting names, places, or where you put things. What I want to talk about briefly today, though, is what can you do to keep your brain more agile? Well, you've heard about doing puzzles and crossword puzzles and Sudoku and all those kinds of things, and they are all fabulous. What I would like to suggest, because I have seen this in myself and in other people, one of the best ways to keep your brain agile is to learn new things. Keep putting new information in. What that does, when we learn something, we cut grooves, really being simple, so you can look this up online. But we basically put grooves in our brain. And so when we learn something new, we cut new grooves. So we're increasing our brain capacity in very simple terms. So when you learn something new, maybe a new language, maybe how to draw, how to paint, how to crochet, how to work with wood, how to fix a car, how to change oil, you pick it. But you learn something new, what you're doing is you're cutting new grooves in your brain, and that helps keep your brain young and agile. And there's so many places you can learn pretty much anything you want on YouTube. And YouTube is such a wonderful free resource. When I was learning to crochet a number of years ago, I would run into a problem. It's like, well, how do I do this? I would go to YouTube, type in the question, and bam, I had the answer just immediately. Usually in a 1 or 2 minute little video, somebody addressed that particular problem. Now with learning to paint, learning to draw, Do you know how many free videos are up there? Now, granted, some of the people charge, and hey, I don't mind paying somebody if it's something I want to learn. But what's really nice is on YouTube, you can learn all kinds of things without making any kind of a financial investment. There's senior centers, there's community centers, there's churches, there's so many places where you can learn, or go to your local community college and enroll for a course. But what I would like to suggest is another way to keep your mind agile is to learn new things. And I mean really learn new things. Like I say, learn a language, learn how to do something new, because that will help keep your brain loose and lubricated and happy. And know what? You'll meet people. You'll learn something new that you can add to your life. You will maybe even learn about things that you can make and give away to other people. It's just a fabulous way to live your life. So give it some thought. Think about it. What could you learn? What are you interested in? And maybe you're already doing it, which if you are, kudos to you. If you're not doing it and you spend a lot of your time kind of lonely and sad and sitting in front of the TV, maybe a little too much, get busy and learn something new and see if it doesn't breathe some new life into your life. Talk to you next time.